Hello everyone, welcome to R.D. Verma Study Circle, chapter Real Number, part 1. Hello everyone, today I am going to start a chapter known as Real Numbers. Basically, you need to understand what actually a real number is all about. Real numbers, nothing but the numbers which can be represented on line number. Nothing but example, they are categorized into 4 parts: natural numbers, whole numbers, rational numbers and irrational numbers. What are natural numbers? Natural numbers, those nothing but which begin with 1, 2 and keep on. Whole numbers, they are as equal as natural numbers, just they begin with 0. Rational numbers. Rational numbers are nothing but they are also known as terminating and non-recurring. Example, terminating word, a fraction to talk about. What is a fraction? Any number which have numerator and a denominator. In this part, if we talk about, it is represented in the p by q form, where q is not equal to 0. What does it mean? It means it is denominator which never should be equal to 0. Example for this, if I have taken, it is 1 by 2, where 1 is numerator and 2 is denominator. If I convert this one into decimal form, it will be nothing but 0.5. If you check it out, 0.5 is an end. It's known as terminating, and it is also known as non-recurring. Non-recurring nothing but there is no repetition. That's the reason 1 by 2, which is 0.5, and if you check it out, 0.5, it can be represented between 0 and 1. That's why it is said to be as rational number and is also a part of real numbers. The next part is irrational number. Irrational numbers, those which are continuation, nothing but they are known as non-terminating as well as recurring decimal point. Example, root 2, if I talk about, the value of root 2 is nothing but 1.414, keeps on moving if you check it out. And they are known as why it is non-terminating? Because they are repeating, they are continuing and they are recurring. Nothing but if you take it out, 1.414, the decimals are keep on repeating. Thus it is said to be as a irrational numbers. Hope you understand. Hello everyone, welcome back. Now the real numbers next session is talking about Euclid's division lemma. Everyone are familiar with what is division is all about. If you talk about division, everyone knows that 5 divided by 2. 2 2s are 4 and 1. Everyone knows that 5 is said to be as dividend, and where this 2 is considered as divisor and this is considered as quotient and 1 is considered as remainder. So if you just take this in an equation form, everyone knows that it is dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. Everyone have been going through this statement since a long time, right? But actually what Euclid division have done, have here stated definition known as Euclid's division lemma. Lemma itself says that it's a restatement, restating the condition which is d equal to dividend equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder in a proving statement form. That is nothing but lemma. That's the reason the whole concept is said to be as Euclid's division lemma. In this concept, instead of using these conditions, this is going to represent in another form which is nothing but a equal to d into q plus r, where divisor and d, they are as similar as this one. But actually you have a question in your mind that what actually this statement is useful. In this one, what we need to understand that he gave a statement, a condition that whatever the term value of b is, example, what is the term b here? B is as similar as divisor, which is nothing but 2. In this condition, what we need to understand, the remainder whatever it might be, it is always less than b, but it can be greater than or equal to 0. This is condition stated by Euclid division lemma. Let us have some more example for this. Now we are going to continue the same topic, that is Euclid division lemma, with an example. Let us check it out what we have. We have a question that is 900 and 270. How we are going to use this one in a division let us check it out. Normally what we do, we always know that the dividend is always the greater number. So in this one, 900 is greater, definitely we are going to consider as the dividend, and we are going to consider 270 as our divisor. So right now I am going to solve this one in a division form, then I am going to represent the same thing in a nuclear division main formula. That's nothing but, what was the formula? A equal to B into Q plus remainder. I am going to show both the things. Let's have understanding. Now 270 divided by 900 divided by 270. What are you going to consider? Now check it. 270 into 3 if you do, it will be always 27 3 is 81, that is 810. If you have a subtraction, what will do? You will always have a 90. Next, now whatever the divisor we have taken earlier, it will be converting itself in the form of dividend. Now 90, the remainder which was 90, it becomes as divisor, and 270 which was divisor before, it comes as dividend. 90 3 is again 270, remainder is 0. It means here the problem is ended. It means you need to understand, the moment you get 0 as a remainder, the problem is done. Whenever you get 0, it means 270 was divisible by 90. So this 90 is considered as our HCF. HCF is nothing but highest common factor. So this is the best thing. By using this Euclid division lemma formula, we can find out the HCF. And to find out this HCF, again this is considered as Euclid division algorithm also. Hope you understand. Now listen, this again thing I am going to represent in a basic formula, nothing but A equal to BQ plus R. Let us check it out. Go with the same thing now. 900 which was dividend, I am going to consider as equal as 900, my A term. Now if you check it out, 270 is my divisor, multiplied with 3 plus remainder is 90. If we talk about right now, let us check it out like this. Now the moment, the next step I'm going to consider the divisor which was there, it will be considered as dividend. So I'm going to push this 270 as my dividend. Again the remainder which was 90 in the previous number, it will act as my divisor, into again with multiplied with my quotient 3 plus remainder was 0. The moment you get 0, it means the problem is ended. Now if you check, the moment you get 0, by which divisor you got as 0 is considered as your HCF. So now HCF of what will be 900 and 270 is 90. Hope you understood. Thank you. Now we have done this problem. In this one we have find out the HCF of 900 and 270. But one thing it comes in your mind, that what about this condition A equal to BQ plus R? Whether it is being proven correctly or not, let us check it out. If you just check out the same problem, in each step 900 is considered as my dividend, whereas 270 is my B. And what was the Euclid division condition? Whatever the term B is, the example in this condition, B is 270. Whatever the B condition will be there, remainder should always be less than B and greater than or equal to 0. If you check it out in this statement, 270 is considered as my 270 as B, and whereas 90 is considered as remainder. If you check this condition, is it 90 less than 270 by this condition? Yes. So we have proved A equal to BQ plus R. Similarly, if you just take in the last statement, 270 was my dividend, 90 is my divisor, 3 is my quotient, and 0 is my remainder. Again in this condition, 90 will act as B term. If 90 is B term, what is remainder? That is 0. Is remainder less than 90? 0. Yes. So it means remainder is also less than 90 and greater than or equal to 0. Is it equal to 0? Yes. So here we can state that A equal to BQ plus R is been proved. Thank you for watching. If you have any doubts, please comment. I will reply. Please subscribe, share and like so it can reach many students. Bye bye.